The following is a special presentation by WALB TV. Coming to you from Ashburn, this is the Fire Ant Festival Preview Show. Now, here is your host, Jamie Worsley.
Hey South Georgia, it's just another weekend here in Ashburn, but if you ask the people here, it's definitely something special. That's because it is the 26th annual Dolly Partant Ant Festival here in Ashburn. I'm sorry, I tried to keep a straight face saying that theme, but it's just so cute. I'm joined by Ashley Miller now. She's with the Ashburn Chamber here, of course, and we're going to talk about the details you need to know as we go through this weekend here in Ashburn. So Ashley, I want to ask, typically, how many people attend this festival each year?
Well, you know, we are a small town, but whenever the fire ants come to town, we fill up. We estimate about 20,000 people attend the festival. Yeah.
That's definitely an impressive number. Now, I know COVID-19 kind of put a setback on that last year, but you're going to come back bigger and better this year, right?
That's what we're hoping. You know, it's hard to know what the festival is going to look like this year just because of COVID. We haven't been able to have it the past 2 years.
Right.
But people have been really excited for it. I had a lot of buzz. Everybody's really looking forward to it this year, I think.
Right, and so as I mentioned at the beginning of the show, this is the 26th annual Fire Ant Festival here. Yes, yeah, annual. Excuse me, annual event.
Yes,
Tell me, how has it been through the last 26 years that we've seen this festival kind of change?
Yeah, so you know we have a core group of dedicated volunteers that have been with the festival since the beginning. Okay. But we have we've tried to add some new folks, get some young people, some fresh ideas, and you know we try to walk the balance between having our favorites and then also incorporating new stuff every year. So.
Absolutely. And I know later in the show we're going to go over some of the vendors and things that are going to be happening, but just a quick overview of the highlights of the weekend. What do we not want to miss?
Right. So tonight we have the fireworks. That's always everybody's favorite. Of course, we have our vendors. We have some bands playing. So there'll be live music, the vendors, the food.
Of course, the best part.
And then tomorrow we start off with the pet parade, which is my favorite.
And Ruby here, she's ready.
Ruby is ready. Yes, she's ready for her debut. So we're so excited. And then we've got some more bands. We've got the Manty-Hose contest. Do you know about the Manty-Hose contest?
I was wondering, I saw it on the pamphlet, and I should have asked before this started. Can you give us the rundown as to what that is?
So we get some guys to race to put on pantyhose. Okay. And they are the fishnet, the red, fire engine red fishnets.
I love it already.
But they have to put it on without ripping them.
I can't even do that.
I know.
But they don't have nails, so that helps.
Yeah. And so whoever does it the fastest, they win $100.
Wow, dang, $100.
I know. It's worth it to practice.
Yeah.
And then we have our calling contest where they call the fire ants.
How does one call a fire ant?
You know, it's up for creativity. However people choose to do that. Okay. Whoever calls the most wins.
There's no right answer.
No.
Okay, gotcha.
But this year we have something new. We have the lawnmower race.
Yes, I heard about that. That sounds very interesting.
It is. I'm hoping it's going to be good. We're really excited for it. It's something new, we're adding to the festival. So
absolutely.
And most importantly, we've got Dolly Partant coming.
Of course. Yeah. So I want to go back to Ruby now. She's been patiently waiting. Oh, she heard her name. Sorry, I didn't mean to excite her. I want to talk about the pet parade. Give me the details on just the cutest event, most likely, of the day.
Yes. Yeah. So I'm the MC for that. So I'm so excited. So Miss Ruby is going to be there, of course. It starts at 10 o'clock. Registration is at 9:30. Okay. And then so that it kicks off really the festival that morning. And then they walk across the stage, and all the very good boys and girls get ribbons.
I love it.
Yeah.
Give them all the ribbons.
Yes.
Everyone.
Exactly. And I've been asked if they can wear costumes. They most certainly can.
And it doesn't have to just be dogs, right?
It does. No. Oh, no. Oh, thank you, Ruby.
Unless if you're Ruby, you might win the whole thing.
Yeah. That's right. So we've had all kinds. We've had mostly dogs. Okay. Just because they walk a little better across the stage. But we've also had cats. We've had snakes, pigs, goats, horses, donkeys. Guinea pigs, pet peeves, all kinds of stuff. So,
well, there we go. Yeah. Well, that's definitely something you don't want to miss. Now, when we come back, everybody, I'm going to have Robbie Royal here. He's a festival volunteer, and we're going to talk about one of the things we mentioned, the food. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
South Georgia, this is what father-son bonding looks like. We wake up, grab our guns, and fire up the truck. In the morning hours, all you hear are the birds chirping and the truck engine warming. Driving around the plantation, taking in the beautiful Georgian views. I'd say there's nothing like it anywhere else. Hunting requires patience and discipline, something all of us can get better at doing. But in the end, hunting gives us fathers a special time to bond with the ones we love. What has your vehicle given to you?
We are back, South Georgia, and with arguably the best part to some people of the Fire Ant Festival here in Ashburn, and that is the food, whether it be barbecue or carnival food. The two go hand in hand. You can't have a festival without either.
Yes, ma'am.
Am I right?
I agree.
Okay, so I have Mr. Robbie Royal here. He's a festival volunteer, and also what I just learned before we came on, the authority on barbecue, because he is a professional. I want to talk about the barbecue cook-off. What can we kind of expect?
So we're going to have 30 plus professional barbecue teams there. It's just like what you've seen on TV.
Okay.
It's sanctioned by the Georgia Barbecue Association. So we'll be cooking pork loin, ribs, and pork. So we have 3 categories, and the grand champion is going to carry home $2,000.
Wow, we were just saying $100. Last segment was a lot.
Yeah.
$2,000, definitely worth entering. Is it possible to still sign up for this event?
Sure. If you can get with us in the next 30 or 40 minutes, being Friday afternoon, we need to know immediately so that we can get somebody signed up. But it'd be pushing it probably.
Absolutely. So you talked about the prize, of course. What also is kind of the reward for competing in this type of event?
You know, you're competing against, again, 30 of the best teams in the nation. A total of $10,000 given away to the barbecue. We also have a steak competition this afternoon. Starting at 6 o'clock, we're giving away a total of $2,700, $1,000 for the best cooked steak.
Wow.
And we also have a kids burger challenge, which is free entry for any child from 4 to 14. You still got time to get here for that. If a child wants to enter, you have to bring your own burger, your own grill, everything, but it's free entry, and we're giving away $100 for top prize and a medallion, paying all the way down through 10th place also.
Awesome. So we talked about that this is going to be part of the Georgia Barbecue Association and what they do. Can you tell us a little bit about how they're involved in the Fire Ant Festival?
So the way the Barbecue Association works out, they come in, they bring their own judges.
Okay.
The judges have to go through a certifying class to learn how to judge barbecue. Yes, you can't change somebody's palate, but you teach them how to use the scoring system and how it all lays out to come up with the best piece of meat on your table that day. But they're a huge asset. We just set the teams in, and then they take care of everything else. So it kind of takes something off of our hands, but it's a really popular event that folks come in and like to see what's going on, see these folks they've seen on TV cooking barbecue and so forth. So it's a great event, and folks love it.
And it smells divine.
Yes, there's some folks up here already smoking right now, and it's already smelling good.
I know it is. So also, we can't talk about food at a festival without talking about the carnival as well. Tell us a little bit about what fun is in store for everybody tonight, tomorrow.
So we've got the carnival. It's already been going on for 2 nights. We've got it going tonight. It opens at 5 o'clock. Armbands tonight, ride all you want, any age group, $25, 5 till 10 or 5 till closing.
Okay.
And then tomorrow on Saturday, from 10 to 4, it's $20 armband. Then they take a break from 4:30 to closing, which will be 10 or 11 o'clock. It's $25 for that armband, or you can buy an all-day armband for $30. So there's like 15 or 16 rides here for the kids to ride, adults to ride. And of course, you got the great carnival food up there with the cotton candy, the candy apples, and the caramel apples, which I care most about. So.
I mean, that's the whole point of coming. Yes. Absolutely. So for those that are going to be walking around the Fire Ant Festival, where can they stop off to get some of this good food as far as the layout of where everything's going to kind of be happening? So
for folks that have been before, we have all of our food vendors down behind Colony Bank on College Avenue. So that's where you're going to find your food vendors. But of course, up at the carnival area, they're going to have all their carnival food, which is awesome also. The barbecue, you won't be able to sample the barbecue unless you become a barbecue judge.
Okay.
And that's something we're having next Saturday, April the 2nd. We've got a barbecue judging class here at the school also. So get it, sign up. You can judge all the events around in the area and judge at the Fire Ant next year.
Well, I might need to sign up for that.
You might.
I definitely want to be able to sample that next year. So, because I'm going to come back year after year,
yes.
we can do this every time because I can't miss out on that food. Now, for those of you who are going to be lacing up your running shoes, do not worry. First Alert meteorologist Chris Zellman is checking in on that 5K forecast. Chris, what can people expect in the morning?
It's Friday and it's Fire Ant Festival time this evening tonight. I tell you what, we've had these Fire Ant Festivals where we've had to cancel them because of severe storms, cold and windy. None of that will apply this time around. We have a weak front passing to our south and east. It's reestablishing the dry feel. We'll see a clear to partly cloudy sky this evening and temperatures very delightful. We'll cool down though as the evening progresses, so you might want to grab that jacket. And then another cold front coming, and that's going to bring back the temperatures into the low 70s. Morning start though, Saturday morning will be in the mid 40s. So again, if you're out and about early, you might need to grab the jacket. So here we go with your Fire Ant Festival forecast. Mild 60 degrees Friday night as everything starts to kick off, and for all the festivities continuing through Saturday. How about that? Sunny and 72. Enjoy, Ashburn.
South Georgia Oil Distributors right off I-75 in Ashburn is your hunting headquarters. From a variety of deer stands, blinds, and new animal shipments arriving weekly, plus they offer non-ethanol gas, on and off-road diesel. South Georgia Oil Distributors has what you need no matter the season. Stop by today.
If I had to give any advice to a young person getting started, is you've got to work hard and opportunities will come your way. South Georgia Banking Company has been more than a best friend to me. They have encouraged me and aided me in all my endeavors. South Georgia Banking Company has always led me on the right path to success. South Georgia Banking Company has always invested in our community.
South Georgia Banking Company, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Thanks for hanging around, everyone. Now, for some, the food was the best attraction of the Ashburn Fire Ant Festival, and for others, not me, but for others, it's the fitness aspect as well. I have Coach Yashika Wilson here, a local coach here who teaches basketball, cross country. I want to know, when does the race kind of start, kick off?
All right, so we have registration for the race at 7 o'clock on Saturday morning, and the race starts at 8, so the gun will go off at 8 o'clock.
Okay, ready or not, it's going to go off.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So people can register all the way up until Saturday morning. Now, is there a cost associated with that registration?
Yes, ma'am. We do have two different runs. We have a 1 mile fun run, which is $10, and then our regular 5K is $20. And registration is all the way up until the gun fires.
Okay, there we go. So I want to talk about the 5K first. For those that are going to be participating, what is that kind of route going to look like?
Our route will start right at the corner of College Avenue and Gilmore.
Okay.
It'll go around. We'll have barriers marked off where people will follow the barriers. We'll have people along the route that'll lead us along with the 5K, and then the 1 mile fun run also starts at the same spot.
Okay, the fun run might be more my speed.
Yeah, I think that's more my speed also.
That's around 1 mile, right? The
that's
5K?
That's right. That's right. No.
The 5K is long.
Yes.
Like 3.3 or something like that.
Yes,
okay.
Yes.
Definitely the fun run.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes.
So I want to talk about also the fun run. Who is kind of your target audience for that? Is it younger kids or just anybody who wants to participate?
Both races is open to all ages.
Okay.
We don't really have a target population. We just want people to come out, come enjoy, get up, get started, get their morning started, get some fitness in, and then enjoy the food, because you said that's the most important part, right?
Right. Once you run off the calories, you got to replenish
right.
somehow. So I know for those that are probably much faster than me, there will be prizes. Can you tell us what kind of the award ceremony will look like?
So we have different categories. We have a category for high school and below.
Okay.
That's one winning category, 19 to 39, 40 to 59, and 60 and above. So we're trying to make sure we're reaching all categories, all all ages because we want everyone out participating.
That's right, and I definitely wouldn't want to compete against those 60 and older because they would whip me, probably.
Me too.
I would be in the dust, for sure. So when we talk about the 5K, how many people typically participate? Is it in the hundreds, in the 20s?
In the past, we've had a great turnout as far as the participation. Right now, we're kind of midway with it, so we're still encouraging people to sign up online, and they can register the morning of the race.
Okay, so for those people that are watching that maybe are a little bit hesitant, but they still have a couple hours to sign up, how would you kind of encourage them to lace up their running shoes?
Come on out, join us. There's prizes for everybody. There is no winner, there's no loser. Everybody wins until we finish the race.
Absolutely.
And if you don't finish, I'll come find you.
That's right. That's what they have golf carts for.
Correct.
So, and as a cross-country coach, I'm sure you have lots of advice when it comes to completing the race. What are like your top 3 racing tips that you tell your students?
Stretching, pacing, finishing.
Okay, well, the finishing part, that might be the hardest part, though.
Well, stretching, pacing, and trying.
There you go. The effort. There you go.
There we go.
Yeah, and if not, we'll come find you on a golf cart somehow, somewhere. The roads will be blocked off.
Provide water.
Okay, there'll be water at every break, so you won't hyperventilate or dehydrate out there somewhere, hopefully. Awesome. So, okay, one more time before we take a quick break, dates and times for the run.
Okay, so the run is on March the 26th. Registration starts at 7, race starts at 8 o'clock.
Awesome. Well, coming up next, we'll have a different type of racing, one that doesn't involve your legs. Just bring your lawnmower because it's going to be lawnmower racing. We'll be right back, everybody, with some more details on that much more slow-paced kind of event.
That's good. Thank you.
If I had to give any advice to a young person getting started, you've got to work hard and opportunities will come your way. South Georgia Banking Company has been more than a best friend to me. They have encouraged me and aided me in all my endeavors. South Georgia Banking Company has always led me on the right path to success. South Georgia Banking Company has always invested in our community.
South Georgia Banking Company, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
South Georgia Oil Distributors right off I-75 in Ashburn is your hunting headquarters. From a variety of deer stands, blinds, and new ammo shipments arriving weekly, plus they offer non-ethanol gas, on and off-road diesel. South Georgia Oil Distributors has what you need no matter the season. Stop by today.
Here at Parker Chevrolet, there's no high pressure. We're not chasing you down the lot. We're not calling you 400 times a day. I think a lot of it has to do with the folks that work here and the leadership of Jerry and Ben.
Treat everybody just like we would like to be treated when we go somewhere.
You're going to see me or my dad, we're here every day.
We want everybody to feel like their family.
Here at Parker Chevrolet, we want them to smile and shake their hands and be happy, have a good feeling about what they've done.
Okay, so if you don't do too well in the 5K race, there's another event where you can be a winner, even though everyone's a winner in the 5K. There's a different type of race. And I have never heard of this type of race before, lawnmower racing, okay? I have Craig Matthews here. He's a festival volunteer. Can you explain what this may look like?
I will. This is our first year of having the lawnmower race.
Right.
And it's going to be a drag race. It's a 150-foot race, and it's set up in 3 different classifications.
Okay.
There's a stock classification, and the stock classification is just for people to come out and have a good time. Bring your lawnmower that you cut your grass with and have a good time. The modified version allows for some changes in the drivetrain and in the engine. And then there's a pro version, division. And the pro division, it's run what you brung and hope you brung enough.
Okay, so that was going to be my question. Is this like an amateur type thing, or will there be professional lawnmower racers? Is that a thing? Professionals?
There are some racing associations around, but we're not affiliated with any association. It's just for the Fire Ant Festival.
There you go, amateurs only. So they're maybe I'll have a chance.
You can bring your lawnmower and come on.
I have a push lawnmower. Does that count if I
it has to be a riding lawnmower.
Okay, there you go. Yeah. There are stipulations, people. Riding lawnmowers only.
That's right.
No push lawnmowers.
Yep, and it has to be the tractor type. riding the lawnmower.
Okay, so I want to talk about the prizes. I know at the Fire Ant Festival in Ashburn, everybody's a winner, but what can we kind of expect as the classes and the awards for those?
Right. For each category, there is an entry fee.
Okay.
And basically, we're going to take the entry fees and divide it up into the prize money. But we will be awarding medals for the winners in each division.
Okay, and so the registration process, I'm not sure how you register for our lawn mowing race. What's that going to look like?
It's very simple. All you have to do is show up at 11 o'clock and come to the registration table, register your lawnmower. You'll be assigned a pit to work on your lawnmower and get it prepared for the race.
Right, and so cash, check, can they send money in? How do they need to do that?
They can either way, cash, check, or electronic payments will be accepted at the table.
Awesome. So I know there's going to be a practice. I can see why, because people probably don't do that. So there's already been a practice. There's been an inspection. There's going to be another practice tonight. And then on Saturday is when everything will kick off. What's kind of the timeline for the race?
So the practices are 5 to 7 on Friday night.
Right.
On Saturday, after you've checked in, we will have some practicing. And then at 2 o'clock, we'll have qualifying. And then at 3 o'clock, the race will begin.
Now, how long does a lawnmower race take? Will this be something people can watch as well?
It is. We'll have bleachers set up for people to come out and watch the race. And we're not quite sure. I guess it just depends on how many lawnmowers show up.
Yes. And so how does one win a lawnmower race? What do you have to do to win?
Fastest to the finish line.
Okay, so it's literally like an actual race. Like everybody revs their lawnmower engines and then they take off.
That's right. There's what's called a light tree, and you get staged up, and then when the green light comes on, you take off, and first to the finish line wins.
Okay, so the track, how many lawnmowers can it facilitate at a time?
We're going to race 2 at a time, and the track will be 150 foot long, and 12 foot. Each lane will be 12 foot wide. And
then there'll be like an elimination, like bracket type system.
It is.
Once all the I don't know how many lawnmowers you might have.
Yep.
But
It's bracket racing, and it's double elimination race.
Okay, and there's going to be prizes. Again, that entry fee money is going to be divided up against everybody. Now, one more time before we take a quick break, for Saturday's lineup, give us another rundown of what we can expect.
Okay, so show up at 11 for registration. After that, we'll have car inspections, or mower inspections, as I should say. Yes. And then we'll have a practice time. We'll have qualifying at 2 o'clock, and then the race begins at 3.
And one final question, like you said, this is the first year that you guys are going to be doing this race. What kind of inspired this type of event?
We just had the idea a few years ago, and because of COVID, we had to cancel it.
Right.
And so we brought it back up this year. We sounded like a good, fun activity to do, so we're going to race.
Well, I'm very interested to see how this is going to play out. You know, after the race is over, if you're hungry, looking to just kick back and relax, there's going to be entertainment. There's going to be vendors to walk around. So when we come back, I'll have Sarah cook everyone, and she's going to explain what all you can expect after or before the race. Don't go anywhere.
South Georgia, this is what father-son bonding looks like. We wake up and fire up the truck, taking in the beautiful Georgian views. I'd say there's nothing like it anywhere else. Hunting requires patience and discipline, but in the end, hunting gives us fathers a special time to bond with the ones we love. What has your vehicle given to you?
Well, last but not least, as I mentioned before we took the last break, there's going to be lots of stuff to do here in Ashburn during the Fire Ant Fest, including some vendors, lots of entertainment, and maybe even a Dolly Parton impersonator, which I am curious to know more about as we talk throughout the segment. I want to start by asking about the vendors, though. How many people are you guys expecting to come and set up?
We have over 100 vendors right now. We have 13 amazing food vendors, and our vendors are coming from multiple states, all here to Ashburn. They have a lot of great products that they're offering.
Wow, and so I know there's 99 arts and crafts vendors, 13 different food vendors. That is a lot of different vendors. When we talk about the arts and crafts, what can people kind of expect? Maybe like handmade type items?
Yeah, so we have handmade items. We have some people coming in to do custom tumblers and signs. Okay. We also have boutique clothing companies coming in. So if you want to look for an Easter outfit, it's the perfect time to shop for some accessories, jewelry, and boutique clothing as well.
And of course, vendors also means food.
Absolutely.
Wonderful vendor food. What can people kind of expect food-wise? What's going to be on the menu? What's some of the favorites here at the Fire Ant Festival?
Well, I'll tell you, my sister always makes a point of getting fried Oreos at the Fire Ant Festival. It's an annual tradition.
Yes.
But we also have traditional burger and barbecue vendors, some sweet treats like funnel cake, your traditional festival fare.
Things that you can't have a festival without.
Exactly.
Of course. So I want to talk to entertainment. After people get their food, they can mosey over and get ready to listen to some music, some entertainers there. Tell us what's kind of on the lineup entertainment-wise.
Sure. So Friday night, Andy Johnson is kicking it off at 7 p.m. And we're going to have fireworks that evening at 9:45. And then going into Saturday, we have a jam-packed schedule of entertainment from local bands to local performers. Our dance troops are coming in. So it's going to be a fun-filled day.
Yes, and now the part I've been waiting for. I want to know more about this Dolly Parton impersonator. How does one go about finding a Dolly Parton impersonator, first of all?
Well, it makes for some interesting Google search terms when you're looking. You come up with some interesting results.
I'm sure.
But we found a wonderful impersonator that absolutely looks like Dolly. She's going to perform at 12:30. She's going to walk around with the crowd and offer some photo opportunities as well. So really a little taste of Dolly in Ashburn.
Yeah, and I was telling you before we came on that it would be a very, very Dolly Parton thing to do if it was actually Dolly Parton. Like just to show up and be like, hey y'all, that's so Dolly.
I would be very excited.
I would too. I would be all over that. But even the impersonator, I'm excited to get a photo for sure. So when we talk about this entertainment now, is there a cost associated with watching these shows, or is it kind of just come as you are and come and watch?
Well, that's the great thing about the Fire Ant Festival. Thanks to our amazing sponsors, everything is free of charge. Unless you're participating in a competition, it is free to come and enjoy the entertainment, watch the bands, interact with the Dolly impersonator. Everything is free and open to the public.
Awesome. And that leads perfectly to my next and final question. I know we talked earlier about the Manti hose event. Is that how you say it? Where they have to put on the hose. And then, of course, we'll have the Fire Ant calling contest, which I'm not sure how one would call a fire ant, so that will be interesting to see how that event plays out. What are just a couple of the highlights before we go that people need to remember, things they don't want to miss throughout the entire Fire Ant Festival?
Sure. So if anybody is lost or looking for help, we have an ant mound in the middle of Heritage Park. That's our home base. And so that's where you can find our Fire Ant Festival t-shirts for sale. I actually brought one for people to see.
I love the blue.
So small to extra large is $10, 2X and up is $15. And so they'll be able to purchase those at the Ant Mound. They'll also be able to find our lost and found items there. Any general schedule questions will be there at the Ant Mound as well. We'll have it staffed with volunteers all weekend long.
Perfect. And for everybody watching, before we go, I do want to reiterate, if you haven't come out to the festival yet, but you're looking forward to it and you want to make sure you schedule your day, you can always visit FireAntFestival.com for more information. Also, look them up on social media, and if all else fails, call the chamber or just visit the Ant Mound and they will take care of you. Well, it has been my pleasure to kind of bring you guys a look inside the 26th annual Fire Ant Festival here in Ashburn. I got it right that time. And I hope everybody has a good, safe time this weekend. And I know I will be watching that lawnmower racing and meeting Dolly. I'm excited about that. Have a good day, everyone.
Thanks for watching the Fire Ant Preview Show. See you at the Fire Ant Festival.